Alright, here's my attempt at showing every single arrow I know on Icebox. There's a lot of them, and I'm definitely not gonna remember them all. But at least the ones I use with any sort of frequency, I will try to show. So I'll start with offense, then defense, and then shock arrows last. Starting here on A site, there's a million ways of covering the close angles. The one everyone uses is just dropping an arrow on this back wall here to see people pipes pushing into a main and like trying to sneak into nest. If you look right at the line, you can get it perpendicular like that, or even
scanning ahead,
facing that way, to where it sees a little deeper into sight, like it sees more of those angles where it wouldn't here. But it's also easier to shoot, so someone here could easily shoot it, and they wouldn't be able to for this one. So people generally just choose to drop it a little deeper into the wall. Other ways of doing this:
30 seconds left.
They demand a fight.
you can
Who are
hug
we to disobey?
the barrier and just look sort of to the right of this like smudge here on this white part of the wall,
Break away.
and do one bounce with
Revealing
charge
area.
to land here, and sort of see the same sort of areas.
Spike dropped.
One that I found relatively recently was standing on this corner and putting the top left of the charge bar here and doing a one bounce full charge and lands over here. Another one once you've taken a main, going up on these things and dropping one bounce full charge
Scanning ahead.
on that line and landing like over here to scan these close areas. It's a little hard to see, it doesn't scan deep here obviously, but it's a nice one to use every now and then. If you just wanna get backside,
Scanning ahead.
scan backside like that, that's gonna be good enough. As you can see, nothing fancy. Here are a few fancy ones though. From middle here, sticking into this corner on the box and using the top left of your, well, just your mouse indicator square in general, and sort of lining it up with this G like that, and doing two bounce to charge will get the arrow going through the screen entrance and into this wall here. If you're going through middle, and this one, which is can be used as a fake, you line yourself up with this thing, hard to explain, and you look up from this green box edge to this white line here, and you do two bounce full charge. Oh, sorry, you're not supposed to clip the box, you're supposed to clear it to the right of it,
Scanning ahead.
like that. I messed up. This one's surprisingly consistent, I've found, over the times I've used
Scanning
it.
ahead.
Yeah, should look like that. And land here. Those are the main ones I use for A site. For B, let's do middle first, I suppose. You can use this one where you look to the left of this line here, this light here, and you do one
Revealing
bounce
area.
full charge. Lands up here.
Revealing area.
Pretty forgiving, but if you want to get it exactly here,
Scanning ahead.
you will see like this guy, for example. Getting an arrow on
Scanning
that
ahead.
antenna. Also, plenty good enough. Okay. For B, the main one I use at the beginning of the round is I crouch and I look at this intersection of colors here. I line up with it, and then I stand up. It's kind of hard to see. It's pretty close to the spawn barrier. It's not exactly like the spawn barrier is like around here. And then I look into this dot, and I do 2 bounce,
Revealing
full
area.
charge, and a jump. And that will land here. And see most of these close angles. This guy here. All of these guys. This guy. Even someone a little farther into yellow will get spotted. This is the main one I use. You can do a similar arrow from all the way back here. Or is it here? I haven't used it in a while. I think it's here. Where I'm lining up the bottom left of the charge line, of the charge bar, over
Scanning
there,
ahead.
and doing a 1 bounce full charge. It lands here. And you can use that either as a fake or just supporting people when you're going A, I suppose. Once you're here, I
Scanning
like
ahead.
using this one just for backside and snowman. If you don't want to take all this time lining this up here, like it's already the beginning of the round, like the round already started, you can do the same arrow by just sneaking up to where you can see this little warning thing. Just look under it
Revealing area.
and do 1 bounce full charge, and it'll land on the same spot. Okay. Anything else to show for offense? I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna move on to defense now. A site. The main one I use is just from over here. I just place my left diamond within this angle here, like that. And I
Revealing
do
area.
1 bounce full charge, and it lands up here in this corner. It barely scans people up here, down here.
Scanning ahead.
As you can see, barely. People can crouch it, but like nobody's crouching at the beginning of the round. That doesn't exist. I don't believe it. There's a way to get it from down here. I don't remember it though.
Revealing area. Scanning ahead.
Wow, that's not what I thought was gonna happen. Anyway, I'm just messing around at that point. I use several just random
Scanning ahead.
ways of getting an arrow back in this wall here as well to scan for belt. or just randomly in that
Revealing
wall.
area.
Pretty straightforward. No real lineups required. For middle here, there's a few. I mean, generally,
Scanning ahead.
you're just gonna do something like this to scan middle. But you can get a arrow sticking yourself here and putting the left tip of the drone line of the drone indicator, the little like horn or whatever, just a little to the left of this, sort of like this, and doing a one bar,
Revealing area.
and that will get into this corner. Just scan for B. Alternatively, you can drop a one bounce full charge
Scanning
on
ahead.
top of this line here and get it scanned this way. It's a little easier to dodge, but the only way you can dodge it is by getting close to it, at which point you're exposing yourself to be main. Or you can drop an
Scanning
arrow
ahead.
up there, which will scan middle,
Revealing area.
and will also scan into the initial area here of B main. The other one people like to use is this one.
Revealing area.
Same idea as every other one, middle, really. Nothing crazy going on. Okay. For B, if you're either rotating or you're playing middle, if you want to get an arrow into B main, I put the inner right charge line in between these 2 points on this line and do a one bar,
Scanning ahead.
and that should land. Oh, it's supposed to land here. Not that the fail case is particularly bad, but let me just look at this again.
Revealing area.
There you go. For B main proper, there's nothing really
Revealing area.
other than like something dumb
Scanning
and
ahead.
simple like that, or if you want to add a bounce,
Scanning ahead.
like anything here is perfectly reasonable.
Revealing area.
If you're riding a snowman and you wanna hit that thing,
Scanning ahead.
I guess this is a crane. You wanna put like the inner, like the gray area of your charge bar, like lined up with this light, and I'm putting the inner left charge line at the edge of the light, like reflection, like that.
Revealing area.
And you do one bounce full charge, and that should land like on that same spot as every other lineup seems to be landing. Okay. From here, just tossing one
Scanning ahead.
on that same box for middle and for B main. From the kitchen window here, snow pile, I guess. Okay. Into shock arrows now, I suppose. I'm just gonna do the position of shock arrows first. So for B, you can shock the orb from middle, sticking to this place, putting your inner right charge line here for a 1 bar. That's the second arrow. The first one, you go up from this position to where the charge bar is touching this star here, and you do 2 bar,
Shock dart.
and then 1 bar. Right there. If you're going towards B side and you want to clear some angles, this shocks the side of yellow.
Right here.
You put the top left of your mouse indicators right here, and then you look down to where your crosshair is around the middle of this orange crane,
Shock dart.
and you jump
Shock dart.
for 1 bar. Lots of cranes in this on this map, so there you go there. More positional stuff. Huh, that's funny. I seem to remember shocks for here, but I don't remember them anymore. This is a recon lineup, putting the inner left charge bar here.
Scanning ahead.
Just another one of the million ways to scan middle. Let's see. Do I remember how to do this? I don't. I haven't shocked middle in 1,000 years. It's so useless. Okay. From A, there are a few. Sticking to this corner here, you look where these triangles intersect here, and you do 2 bounce
Shock dart.
charge. Oh. Wrong triangles? There you go. These 2 triangles. And then I look up and look like on top of the zipline, and I do 1 bar
Shock dart.
and jump.
Shock dart.
It's useful, like beginning of the round damage over here. Will rarely kill anybody, but you can do some chip damage at the beginning of the round. Okay. You can shock belt by lining yourself up to where this opening here is basically lined up just about with this white part here. I don't even know what this is. What is that? Yeah, like that thing. So I line myself up like that. You look on top of this rectangle, which is the rectangle that's parallel to the left of the parallel line to this line here. This is how I know I'm on the right triangle. I don't have a way to explain this any better than that. It's this one. And you do 2 bounce, 2 bar, and then you look at the white part that you lined up, and you do 1 bounce,
Shock dart.
2 bar. So it looks like this. Oh, I fucked it up, obviously. I'll say I get this one about 30% of the time. Line yourself correctly. And that will shock the belt guy, holding with an op. Cute, but not super useful. From this position here, just below the headshot level, you can shock the... Let me see if I still know how to do this.
Shock dart.
The pipe entrance. That wasn't it.
Shock dart.
That was it. So you shock pipes. The way I'm lining this up is I'm putting the very left tip of the HUD, the top HUD, in this corner here, and doing a one bounce, one charge. And then you look at this line here,
Shock dart.
basically in between this line and the edge here, and you do one bounce with a tap, and you double shock the pipes. This is super
Shock dart.
situational, but it's cool, and we like cool shit. Okay, this is a shock for screens. You line up this vent thing with the near wall. Is it this one? Is it this one?
Shock dart.
Yeah, it's that one. This triangle.
Shock dart.
So what I'm doing there is doing 2 bounce to charge in this triangle, and then I'm looking at this edge of the roof in between, on this like middle of this lighter gray area, and I'm doing 1 bounce and tap. I usually only do the bounce and tap thing twice just to do some damage here, but that's that. Is that every position of shock arrow? No, there's one more. Again, shocking A main, you stick yourself here, put 2 bounce to charge in the middle of this wall,
Shock dart.
and then
Shock dart.
you scoot over until you look at this square and you do a 1 bounce tap. This. Just shock people. Just keep shocking them. Never not shock them. And now I'll go over the plant spot lineups. So,
I have the spike.
people generally plant 1 or 2 places. They either plant here,
Spike drop.
usually with a sage wall involved,
I have the spike.
or they plant default. For default plant, if you happen to be on A main, you get to the right of this cut here on the wall. You put your right diamond on top of the 3rd arrow, like that. This is for their first shock. It's a 2 charge, 1 bounce for both of them. The first one, you put the diamond there, and then the second one, you just aim at the 4th arrow. So it looks like this.
Shock dart. Shock dart.
Let me quickly make sure. Yeah, it is the right side, because I think the left side you just get it just hits this. Yeah. So it looks like this again.
Shock dart.
This will not deal 150 damage because this first one lands like here. So if it's a 150 damage opponent, be mindful of that. If you're up on the belt, you can shock that position by lining your crosshair with this intersection here
Shock
for
dart.
a tap for your first one, and for the second one, 2 bounce in this intersection and 2 charge. So it looks like this.
Shock dart.
Okay. So 2 more for this position from screens. Get yourself stuck into this corner. You put the lower left edge of the HUD line. They make this screen harder to see. Anyway, you line it up with this line here, like that. 2 bounce, 2 charge,
Revealing area.
and then you look just below this edge on the roof for a 1 bounce
Revealing
full
area.
charge. And if you happen to be all the way rafters, you can also shock that position. You line up this line with this white line here on the entrance. 2 bounce, 2 charge.
Scanning ahead.
And then you line that same white line with the top of the screen's entrance for 2 bounce and full charge. So it looks like this.
Revealing area. Revealing area.
That. Okay. For a generator
spike.
plant,
Spike drop.
if you are belt, line yourself up with this line here on the belt thing. For your first arrow, put the bottom tip of your left diamond right here. 2 bounce, 2 charge.
Scanning ahead.
And then you look down to where your inner left charge line is right here, above this thing. And you do 1 bounce, full charge, and a jump.
Scanning ahead.
So it looks like this.
Revealing area. Scanning ahead.
Oh, I added an extra bounce there for some reason. Didn't think I did that, but let's
Revealing area.
do it again for completion's sake.
Revealing area.
Looks like that. If you're under on a main, you line yourself up with this line, which is one over the edge here of this yellow indication on the wall, on the floor. You line up the timer with this edge here, like that. A little funky. 2 bounce, 2 charge.
Scanning ahead.
Then you look up, put the bottom of the right diamond on this corner here, and you tap it.
Revealing area.
So it looks like this.
Scanning ahead. Revealing
Sorry,
area.
I just added a billion bounces for no reason. It
I
lands
have
here.
the spike. Spike drop.
I don't know why I'm clicking with my right click for no reason. Okay,
Scanning ahead.
you just tap this.
Revealing area.
There you go. Like that. Okay. That's all for A. Let's go to B side now. Excuse me.
I have the spike.
There really isn't only
Spike
one
drop.
plant for B side, but there are a couple ways to hit this spot. First of all, this is more of an anti-plant slash anti-side take, but if you stick yourself into this corner here when you're rotating, I put the top left tip of the charge bar on this star here for 2 bar, and then I go down to where my drone circle is on this patch of snow, and I do 1 bar
Shock dart.
like that. So I'll hit like the edge here. If you want to shoot it from deeper here into snowmen, which are forbidden in this area. No snowmen here. Get yourself stuck into this corner. You're gonna put the... So this is a bit of a double, like 2-in-1 lineup. If it's either put
Right
here or here, you're gonna either put the crosshair of your mouse indicator in this patch of snow here, or you're gonna put the bounce indicator on the patch of snow. The crosshair is for this
Right here.
spot, and the bounce indicator is for the
Right here.
default spot. I'll just show me either one. I'll show the spot here.
Right here.
You put two charge into this, and then you go down to where your diamonds are touching the snow, and then you do one bar.
Shock dart.
And again, for default,
Shock dart.
like that. I want to do it even to the left.
Shock dart.
I feel that would be even better. Trying to get like more to the left, because since the changes, since the nerfs, we're kind of crying
Shock dart.
when getting these like not quite as good. Yeah, that's better. So let's just say, instead of putting the bounce indicator on the snow, you put it to the left of the snow, like here. That will kill more people on average. Okay. Almost done. From B main, there's a few ways to shock default. The one I use the most is hugging the box from this spot, putting the top left of my mouse indicator on this angle here. One bounce, one charge.
Shock dart.
And then going back this way, putting the left tip of the diamond right here, and doing two bounces.
Shock dart.
Full charge, looks like this. You're supposed to wait a little. Generally,
Shock dart.
wait till you hear the bounce,
Shock dart.
like that. Other ways of shocking that same spot: go up on the barrels, look at this tip here of this triangle, two bounce full charge,
Scanning ahead.
and then put the top right of the charge bar in this smudge here. One bounce,
Scanning
tap,
ahead.
and a jump.
Revealing area. Scanning ahead.
Like that.
Revealing area.
Technically, if someone sage walled here, this could go through it, but there's a chance that this one
Scanning
doesn't.
ahead.
It's depends on where they walled. And you can get it from deeper here by lining yourself up with this line here. Looking to the left of this dot here and doing two bounce click,
Revealing area.
and then looking down to where you're about at the bottom of this of the zero here, and doing one bounce and one charge.
Revealing area.
So it's like this.
Scanning ahead. Revealing area.
Sort of look down to that opening, and you do the one bounce, one charge. And I think that's all I've got. There are other very niche lineups that
Revealing area.
I don't really want to
Scanning
show.
ahead.
If you want to shock, if you plan it over there and you want to shock it, you can go up here, put the inner right charge line over here and tap it
Scanning ahead.
twice,
Revealing area.
like that. If you're gonna do that, be my guest. But yeah, that's all the stuff. That's all the stuff I use. Um, Anything else I'll use in the middle of a game is purely improvisational. And yeah, alright, that will do it.